you today as well. Welcome back. This is Emily. Today, we will once again deliver a cozy and heartwarming moment, so please enjoy your time here. Day 40, a promise under the starry sky. Returning home, leaving the hustle and bustle of the distant city behind. The protagonist, Haruto, was on his way back to his hometown for the first time in a while. The lush greenery outside the window awakened a sense of peace he had almost forgotten. His return home was triggered by his father's sudden death. Despite being caught up in the busy life of the city, Haruto had let his connection to his hometown fade, but his father's death made him acutely aware of what he had lost. As the scenery outside the window gradually shifted to the familiar, Haruto reminisced about his childhood memories and the promise under the starry sky he had made with his friends. Reunion and rediscovery of the promise. Upon arriving home, Haruto was greeted by his childhood friend, Misaki, with her unchanged smile. Time flew by as they spent moments together, and while hearing about the progress of his father's funeral arrangements from Misaki, Haruto felt his heart settle in the atmosphere of his hometown. That night, as they talked, they recalled the promise they had made as children to gather again at this place. When they became adults and dig up the time capsule they had buried, fulfilling this promise required gathering their childhood friends once more. While Misaki had remained in their hometown, the others had scattered. After the funeral, Haruto resolved to act to fulfill their promise. Under the starry sky, the promise they had made was not just a child's play but something that deepened their bond once again. In this introduction and development, we established the foundation of the story through the protagonist's inner changes, his return to his hometown, and the reunion with his childhood friend. Next, we will see how they start to fulfill their promise. Journey to fulfill the promise. After the funeral, Haruto planned a journey to fulfill the promise he had made with his childhood friends. Alongside Misaki, he began to search for their current addresses and started reaching out to them. As time passed, although the friends had scattered across the country, their promise of reunion gradually became a reality. Haruto and Misaki, while looking through old photos and letters, reminisced about their memories with each friend. They set a date to dig up the time capsule and contacted everyone. Despite having taken different paths in life, this promise brought their bonds closer again, providing an opportunity to share their current lives and dreams. Shadows of the past. On the day of the promise, the childhood friends gathered in their hometown. However, the reunion was not just about joy. While they were happy to reunite, they also faced some unresolved issues from the past. In particular, there was a rift between Haruto and one of the friends, Kenta, due to an incident from their childhood. The night before digging up the time capsule, the trouble that had occurred between Kenta and Haruto resurfaced, leading to a conflict in front of everyone. This unexpected rift threatened their reunion but also became a catalyst for addressing past issues. We depicted how the protagonists faced and resolved past resentments in their effort to fulfill the promise with their childhood friends. Next, we will see how these resolutions deepen their bonds. Discovering the truth. The conflict between Haruto and Kento unexpectedly strengthened their bond. Through discussions, they cleared up misunderstandings and unresolved feelings. The truth about past incidents gradually came to light, unraveling their misunderstandings. Through this process, they realized that the pure friendship of their childhood remained in their hearts. On the day of digging up the time capsule, Haruto and his friends gathered once again, reflecting on the past while sharing hopes for the future, reconciliation and growth. The moment they dug up the time capsule together, memories of their younger days resurfaced. The capsule contained items and letters they had cherished as children. Reading the letters, they realized how much they had grown in the value of their unchanging bond. The misunderstanding with Kenta was completely resolved through the letters, deepening their mutual understanding and respect. This moment of reconciliation and growth became a new starting point for all of them, leading to new promises for the future. In the second and third turns, we showed how the protagonists resolved past misunderstandings and reaffirmed their bonds. Next, we will explore how these experiences impact them and how the story concludes, fulfilling the promise. Through the letters and items from the time capsule, Haruto and his friends remembered their childhood dreams and pure hopes. They shared their current dreams and goals, giving each other new courage and a guide for their future lives. Under the starry sky of their hometown, they made a new promise to celebrate each other's successes and support each other through difficulties, no matter how old they get. This promise, unlike the one from their childhood, symbolized their grown bonds. Haruto's story concludes with a hopeful look towards the future while reflecting on the past. Under the starry sky, years later, Haruto and his friends are walking their own paths. Despite their busy lives, they keep the promise made under the starry sky in their hearts, remembering and supporting each other during important moments. The epilogue closes with Haruto visiting his hometown again, looking up at the night sky alone, reminiscing about the promise with his childhood friends. The unchanging beauty of the starry sky envelops him, assuring that their bonds will continue beyond time and distance. The promise under the starry sky became an eternal treasure for them. In A Promise Under the Starry Sky, we developed a story where the protagonists reunite through a past promise, resolve misunderstandings, and make new promises with their grown bonds. The conclusion shows how important they are to each other and how their bonds continue to influence every moment of their lives. Thank you for spending your time with Emily until the end today. I'm very happy. If you enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like. We have prepared a new reading for tomorrow, so please come again. Have a good night, and see you tomorrow.